Welcome back on board SV Blown Away, where this week we get to do, a little bit of sailing and more maintenance, because if you own an old boat, you need to be doing more maintenance. And if you've not been here before, my name is Ian. I am a sailor and marine engineer. I have owned this old steel ketch since 1999 and have been living on board for over 20 years. I live, work and play on the ocean and invite you along for the journey. Blown Away is based in the Greek islands. If you're interested in joining the crew either for winter or for summer next year, give me a call. In the last video I was on Nisos Moni, a small island with a lot of wildlife.
Well, the Genoa is looking good.
Got the windows wet. And I'm heading towards the island of Poros. Poros lies in the SARONIC Gulf, which is south of the mainland and not far from Athens. So it's often popular with charter boats, but there are many anchorages around this island, and I want to be close to the main town to be able to collect spare parts from the chandlery.
There are stains on your photo, little cracks on your rusty frame, stuck in the mud, oh, but it's okay. I don't have the pieces of your home, buried in the flashbacks. All these wicked nightmares have gone cold. Now we go way, way back, as far as way back goes. Still standing by your side. You know I'll be right here when all the monsters come. Oh, I've got you. You grew old in suburbia, where pretty demons never show, shifting shapes in millenniums, but you're okay. I don't have the pieces of your home, buried in the flashbacks. All these wicked nightmares have gone cold. Now we go way, way back, as far as way back goes. Still standing by your side. You know I'll be right here when all the monsters come. Oh.
And in this area, although not a nature preserve, it is not unusual to see turtles. I have also seen dolphins and monk seals while I've been anchored in this location. A rather pleasant morning here. So this is the western end of Poros, and I'm doing more maintenance, painting scuppers, etc. So yeah, just tidying up some of the paintwork, so I do have tools out. What a beautiful morning. And then people over there look paddleboarding at the old wreck. I must go explore that actually, it does look quite interesting. So a little bit of Google research tells me that this is the Rodini. It was a water carrying vessel that travelled between Poros and Hydra and sank about 40 years ago, which has now become a tourist attraction. Many charter fleets come here just to see this wreck, paddleboard and swim around it. That does look like something I need to have a look at. They obviously didn't read the warnings though about anchoring where they're anchored, because the ship is anchored and there's a whole bunch of heavy rope down there as well, and I would say they're anchored on the bow of the ship. Let's hope they can pick their anchor up. They might have even dropped that anchor into the wreck. Who knows where they put it. And what can I tell you? It's a popular place that has been turned into a dock. Drop anchor, tie back to the shipwreck. Brilliant. And it is always nice to be welcomed by some friends. In between painting, varnishing and general maintenance, I move from the east to the west end of this bay, seeking protection from the weather. And if you want peace and quiet, the western end would be my choice. If you want the town and the nightlife, then you definitely need to go on the eastern end towards Poros main town. But the eastern end of the bay is deeper and the holding is not so good. And you can also expect a considerable amount of ferry traffic. Usual. That is a water spout on the other side of Poros. Let's hope it does not come my way.
It is not always plain sailing. So land is just there. Wind is supposed to be coming from just there, which is to the south. And it's coming from the west, which gives me the biggest fetch possible. And on the charts it says both at 8 you can expect 2 meter seas at this end of the bay. It fooled all of us. Even the big boys are down here. I'm sure they can weather this. Make that out. It's quite a nice boat. There's about 7 or 8 of us down here in this bay. Poros in the rain.
Time to relax, sit back and watch the anchor alarm.
Sitting on anchor and my bilge alarms stopped going off. Turn the engine off. I turned the water maker off because I was running the engine to make power for the water maker. I was thinking the water maker, maybe a hose had broken. No, watch this. Turn on the water pump. All over my bloody auto. What's this for? Let's go see. I have a Lofren's windlass, a very large Lofren's windlass, which cost me a lot of money. And the controllers, in how long has it been on there? 8 years. In 8 years I've replaced a controller 3 times, and I'm about to rewire this one because they're too damned expensive to keep just replacing. And here's why. This is what happens to the wander lead. So shockingly bad. Absolutely shockingly bad. And that's, yeah. I think there's 3 cables on here now actually. I think I joined the last one in, yeah, there, to make it longer. But that's the remains of a Lofren's cable. Nice. So I'm going to pull the controller apart, see if I can solder new cables in, because while I was back in the UK I bought this one, and that's a 2 meter wander lead on there. I do have a remote control, but it eats the batteries. Now that I'm solo on the boat, anchoring and tying back is almost impossible with this particular boat. Anyway, I think if I was on a fin keeler, maybe I could manage okay on my own, but with the long keel boat and the steering problems, trying to tie back on a town dock, it's difficult. So I need this wander lead up, running and repaired, and then I'm going to look to fix the chain drop problem, because my biggest issue at the moment is getting the chain down. I've now got the windlass so that it will free fall again. Just cleaned that up, greased it. So hopefully the weight of the anchor now should just pay out on its own. This isn't left out in the sun, by the way. This is put away in a dorade box after it's used. So I'm rather frustrated that this plastic coily lead's fallen apart. And in places the wires are all exposed as well, which is just an accident waiting to happen. So I'm hoping I can solder, assuming it's soldered, lead to this and have done with this nonsense. Yeah, straightforward solder. Okay, so blue, yellow, red. colours have we got in here? Blue, green, brown. So brown's live, blue's neutral, green and yellow. Well, even inside the box, which has never seen sunlight, it's falling apart. It's like there's a rat been in there. Unbelievable. State of this. Good effort, loft runs. Nice. Good effort. Real quality. Stanley knife required. There's always a lot more urgency to fix something like this when you're on anchor, and now I can't pick up the anchor, so this has to be repaired. Okay. So that is the old cable removed. I'll take a closer look at that in a minute. So my next solder is the yellow, which is the earth. I'll just put a bit of a twist in the cable. And the new cable is attached. A little bit of sealant around the end. Yeah. So I can now see what's going on with the anchor without any problems. And woohoo! It works. Thank goodness for that. Job's good. Fixed it. Windlass is working again. The cable now is replaced, and the little control unit should last a bit longer. There is some where the buttons are, the micro switches underneath, there's like a cover on top of that. It obviously is flexible. That's starting to break, so I suspect this won't last that much longer, but I'm not going to replace it with another Lofrans unit. I'm going to buy a standard kind of control box for a winch off of a truck or something like that, because having owned recovery trucks for a long time, I don't ever remember changing the wander leads or the buttons and switches and stuff on here. Changing it all the time. And you can't blame the UV, because that coily cable and the control unit lives inside the Dorade box completely out of the sun. Makes no sense. So it's not the UV that's eating it. It's not on deck long enough for that. And one more job on anchor that needs to be done is my swim platform. Where the mounting plates go through the hull, I've noticed some quite bad corrosion under the paint. I need to investigate this to see just how bad it's become.
Oh, did I mention the ferry traffic? I think I did. So I don't mind making a bit of noise down this end, because nobody's down here really enjoying themselves. This is more of a party end, and I've anchored as far away from everyone else as possible to use the needle gun. I don't think I'm upsetting anybody on the ferry. Oh, and my needle gun is air driven. It doesn't matter if I drop it in the water. If you're using an electric power tool, make sure you clip it onto something and it cannot reach the water's surface, for obvious reasons.
I really didn't want to find that. I guess that'll be another job for the winter list. We'll clean it up and paint it for now, and I'll have to wait. Patched for now. The water was coming from the back when I shower, etc., wash the deck, and going through to the transom and then rusting behind. And basically where the name is, the rust was coming through there. So I needed to block the holes, which I've now done. I'll put some fairing material over that once that paint's dry, probably later today, and that'll be fine. That'll last for a little while. That was not even on my jobs list, and it's taking me all morning. Well, a temporary repair. That'll get done next time I have the swim platform off. I'm going to have to go over the varnish at some point. I caught it with the sander in a few places, but I think that'll be fine.
Which brings me up to the supporters section. This is where I say a big thank you to everyone who's helped this channel. The McKenna family, David Luchford, Sailing with Andy, Graham Elvey from Kofi, thank you very much. And if you'd like to support the making of the video but not on a monthly commitment, you can do a one-off payment via Kofi. Just scan the code on the bottom right, just like these attractive people have done. Thank you very much. And unlike most YouTube channels, I am not big on social media. You will find us, however, on Facebook. And a big shout out to the patrons: Matt, Michael, Ian, Miles, Timmy, Jim Bracken, Johannes. Thank you for your monthly support. And good news, JG is also back into the Patreon supporters. Thank you. And if anyone would like to buy a shirt, I have some more left. Let me know in the comments down below. And to watch more videos, click the link on the left. To subscribe, which is for free, please click the link on the right. And as always, if you've got this far, thank you very much for watching. Hope to see you again next time.